Hey Firehawk, what's going on? Give me a minute here, my computer's being super slow. Because I'm actually using the same computer for the streaming shit to check this YouTube shit, so. But yes, it has been a while. Live chat, okay. This out. Yeah. And it's kind of funny that you say that because the last handful of streams I haven't had a face cam, so now you actually can see me. That's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so hello and welcome. Any of you that have been watching the channel will know that I actually had a big long streak of these golf things, but we are starting all over. On the Xbox, I have made a, hey Andres, what's up? I've made a new character. This time it's a chick character, of course, named Adria Burrito. So, we are going to see how well we do. Again, since I'm starting over, I don't know if we're going to be getting any negative 70s or whatever, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, man. I actually probably should have grabbed some coffee real quick, which I guess I'm going to do that before we get started real quick. Give me just a minute here. I'm going to grab some coffee. Alright, there I am. Cool. So funny because I'm fucking watching this shit. It's a little bit behind. Alright, let us get on with this, I guess. We'll see how we do. And I'm sorry if shit looks funny or whatever, because I've been trying to mess with the damn green screen again. It's not been very cooperative, so well, it's probably going to look a little funny in places. All right, let's give this a shot. Yeah, that's why I just actually played that Far Cry yesterday, man. It does look like a pretty cool game. I rented it, but I may actually end up buying it. So.
In the world of professional golf, there exists an elite club. A club filled with legends, household names, rising stars. A club where membership is earned yearly with time, sweat, and dedication. This week, 50 players will gain entry into this exclusive fellowship. The top 25 from the regular season have already secured their spots. And another 25 spots are up for grabs here this week. Some dreams will be realized. Others will have to wait another day. Who will be next to join the likes of Jason Duffner, Grant Snedeker, and Keegan Bradley as the next great Web.com Tour graduate?
Yeah, no, it does actually look like a game that could be worth paying, you know, $60 for. Definitely.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Getting set now for first round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. And Frank, this is always a pressure-packed environment.
It is, but also a chance to see the raw talent that'll be on display for many a year. And at this tender stage, these players are powerful, talented, and often brilliant.
So it looks like we're shooting for a negative.
We're off and running here, and let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Frank, were you the kind of player who actually might have been worried if you didn't have first tee jitters?
Definitely. You didn't have the energy if that was the case, but it's about turning that energy into some sort of positive form. Make nice full swings, pick some good targets, and of course, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Good start.
Frank, you want to get out of the gates quickly, hit the proper approach shot here at the first. What does the player need to look out for?
Well, there's two distinct levels to this green. There's that left side and then that collection area to the right side. Flag on the top, it's a very, very difficult shot because that bunker plump comes into play.
Just a little room to bounce and roll here.
This looks like it's going to find the
The
target.
heartbeat moment.
Terrific golf shot. Now, that for an easy birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Let's see if we can get a birdie right out of the gate. Yeah.
Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it. Another who's who.
All right.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot. That takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That's a good shot, right where you want to be in the fairway here at number 2. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
Okay, so 3 wood, we should get some decent roll out of this. Yes, even if it doesn't get up there, we can still get a birdie. I would really like to get the eagle, but stop. Oh, yeah, stop.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. These putts keep
so that
the
means we
round
should
together.
definitely get the birdie Oh, this looks like a pretty straight shot, too. Ooh, we could eagle this biatch. Hell
Just when you thought it was
yeah.
going to be an average week. Eagle there to vault into the top
That's what
10.
I'm talking about. Straight up into second place, baby.
Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of this green, and that bunker too. You don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
Let's try and put a little bit of backspin on this so it doesn't go bouncing all the way past it.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Superb
yeah.
shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
So a tester from 4 feet.
See, now on the PlayStation, whenever he said a tester from 4 feet, I always made the shot. So let's hope that tradition continues.
Little extra pep in the step right now with that birdie leading the tournament.
It might be temporary, but another one of those, and it just might be permanent.
And now let's go down to the action at the fourth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Right.
Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Bounce and roll, and which one of the wedges kind of plop down and just stay there. So we'll have to kind of go through a little experimentation and figure that out.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Oh!
Well, that
If I
is an
wouldn't have backspun
shot
that might have
on
went
the
right
green
in for
and
another
in position
eagle.
for a birdie.
Yeah, it's
I'll
full
take the
melody
birdie.
now.
I'll take the
Standing
birdie.
over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Nice.
Starting to make a nice move. 5 under with that birdie for the tournament. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple 2-shotter.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Good clean contact, a nice result,
It looks like.
and a chance for birdie coming up. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Bloody, what's up? I know, man, I really miss all them Tiger Woods games. I swear I wish they could totally come out with some new Tiger Woods games. I know we're probably never going to see them, but... I'm not 100% sure about this shot, but we're going to take it.
So close. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was
Yeah, I
bold.
should have slowed it
Very
down.
bold.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par.
That's all right. I guess we had to get a par eventually.
Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Not good, not good.
Ooh.
I got to that spin, man. I got to that spin.
Rich, it's not all gone. This is where you can pick yourself off the canvas. Start to string together 1 or 2 good shots in a row.
Wipe away all the negative thoughts from the bad start and just try to focus on what's in front of you.
I do believe should have a touch of a bounce and roll here, so let's go ahead and back it up just a touch. This should be right about the right area.
Should be safely on deck.
What's up, Shelves?
That will be a great look at
How you
birdie.
doing? Good to see you.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh crap, I never did fucking turn on my damn PlayStation and friend request you again either, damn it. I need to do that.
Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for 2 reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right, that makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Right on, Firehawk. Appreciate you swinging by, man. I got a day job now. I'm on day shift, so I should actually be able to somewhat, once I get used to the schedule, I should be able to start streaming a bit.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this
It'll mostly
next
be
shot
weekends,
at the 7th
but I'll
hole?
probably try and
There's a
do
lot
at
of
least
mounding on
weekday or
this
two.
7th green, you know, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
It has been a ball striking clinic today, getting one green after the next. Right about 9 feet here to the hole.
That's a fairly straight looking shot. Eat.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and
I was
now
kind of
sitting
wondering what that was
comfortably
about.
inside that cut line. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the Tpc Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
But let's give it a try. I mean, it's not like we don't have some strokes to play with.
Good chance
Nice.
now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Getting set now over the putt. Moves to -8.
All right.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par
Devil
fives
Dog,
in the
what's
entire
up,
sport.
man? How you
And
doing?
I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Right, now, I don't know if
That's a
we're
good
getting
start
an
to the
eagle
hole,
on this
right
one, 'cause
down the
this
middle.
is a super long hole. Hell, even with a level
Second
100
shot.
golfer, it's just super hard to get the damn eagle on this hole.
Frank, this is all about plotting your way around. Now the third shot at the ninth.
Yeah, there's a reward for a precise short iron shot in here. If the pin's on the right or the left, precision pays off.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Oh God, yeah, that was like WWF,
good
like a
setup going into
religion
the
for
green
me.
here at the 10th.
Fuck yeah, dude. I basically stopped watching it when it
Second
sort of
shot now at
turned.
the 10th, and again, Frank,
It just started
accuracy
sort
is
of
at a
turning
premium.
into like way
Yeah,
too
gone
much
are the
of a
days,
like
to
soap
sort of thrash it out of the
opera.
trees like Phil Mickelson.
To where it
Ideally
was like
coming out of that
focusing
fairway,
so much
you head
more
into a
on the
green that
storylines
moves
and
to
the
the
actual
right. That
wrestling.
makes it a little bit
That's
more difficult
about
than
when
what
I
the mind's
lost.
eye first sees.
You know, that's about when I started losing interest in it. But I mean, I still like it. I still respect all the people that are in it now, but it's nothing like it used to be. So it's sort of hard for me to take it seriously nowadays, you know.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Now -10 for the round.
Yeah, and see, and that was the thing. Like back then, we watched it for the blood. That was the whole reason
Now
we
the time
watched
to be
it was
aggressive.
for all
Par
the people
5,
that.
558
and
yard,
shit,
11th
you know,
hole,
it was-
Frank. What's the key here?
And I mean,
Tee it
it's
high
still
and let it fly.
entertaining. It's
This
still
is the
good.
big chance
but,
here. This is one of the widest fairways
I
on
mean,
the
like I
golf
said,
course.
it just
This
seems
is
like
where you
it's
chance it
lost a
all.
lot of the edge that it used to have. I mean, you used to kind of really, back then you used to wonder whether it was real or not, but Nitai, holy shit, hey, how are you? Oh, shit.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Pretty good result right there, considering.
It'll look rough all the way. Rich.
Exactly.
Was it Chris Benoit that did that? Was it Chris Benoit that fucked
And
all
now the
that up?
second shot here at this par 5.
Yeah, dude, we really got to build up our power here. And yes, it has. It's been a really long time since I've seen you.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, the scoring club is in hand now. Chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, coming from that left side, you've got a full view of this green. And you can see the mounds,
You know,
too.
now
Use the
that you
mounds to
guys
your advantage.
mentioned that, I do sort of remember something about that whole situation. I do actually remember something about that.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Stop, 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 stop.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Locked in on the read and the speed. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358-yard, par 4.
This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway, the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Dialed in once again. She has played a superb approach shot. Now a 7-footer.
Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of, that little mound over there. We'll see what happens here.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
All right, come on, let's pick up the par. We'll get over it. Pick up the par.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Hey, Emily.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard record because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6.5.
Hello.
You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank,
Oh
as players
God,
get
yeah,
set to
and
make that
I
next
remember
step
the
to
wrestling
graduate
from
to the
like the
PGA Tour, what
70s.
part of their game has
And
to
back
really
then
be
you
sharp?
really did wonder
Well,
if
nowadays,
it was
all the
fake or
players are
not.
powerful,
I mean,
so you're looking for other
and I don't
things rather
ever
than straight
call
power.
it
One of those things
fake,
is adaptability.
so to speak,
when you
because
get out
I
there on
mean,
that first year on the
it
PGA
does take
Tour,
a lot of
remember, you're going to be
athletic
playing
talent to
these venues
do
for the very
that and all
first
that
time
shit, and it
against
does,
people that
you
have played
can
it
very
10,
seriously
15
get
times
hurt
perhaps, so they have
doing
an
it.
advantage.
But
So you're going to have to adapt very, very quickly
back then
and put the
sometimes
time in.
wondered if it was staged or not. And hey, Joe, hello and welcome. God, here's another face we haven't seen in a long ass time. Hello. It's good to see you again.
This could be a good one. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played.
Well, we've heard about this talent for a long while now. Birdie putt and a chance to get just one step closer to earning that golden ticket, chance to play the PGA Tour.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute, seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern.
Andreas, hello.
The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pop bunkers out on the right that, well, if you're first time around, you might notice.
Frank, what's the key on this
I remember
approach here at the
Bruiser
15?
Brody. I don't
Well, knowing
remember
exactly
any of the
where that
like
pin
news or
placement is,
stories
Rich,
from back
there's
then. But I
mounding,
do
there's that
remember
little
Bruiser
gut out of the
Brody. I
right side of
totally
the
remember
screen. If
Bruiser
you miss your
Brody.
mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Good looking shot right here. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Really not
Hillbilly
much to
Jim,
this.
yeah, now
Only
there's an
issue
old
would be
school
a lack
name
of
too.
concentration or
I
focus.
totally remember Hillbilly Jim.
Nice putt. Count it. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good.
Nice little bounce forward.
Yeah, I don't.
Should be close to 300,
I don't
290.
remember that, but yeah. And oh my God,
Okay,
the
the
Road
second
Warriors.
shot now
yes.
at this par 5.
Well, we definitely don't want it going in the water. Damn it. I guess we're going to have to kind of not worry about the eagle, just get it up there. Yeah. I'm guessing we're not even getting the birdie on
Crucial
this bad
eagle
boy.
attempt on the way.
But, well, maybe. I mean,
Long putt here. This will require a good touch.
okay, so it is down 2 feet. 2 feet would be 24. So that'd put us in the 34-ish area that we need to be shooting at. Let's see, I put it just right at the edge of the 34. Alright, know it's going to curve this way a touch. So let's just see if we can get it down there close enough to take the birdie and go on with it.
Speed wasn't
take
bad
it.
on that
I'll take
long
it.
putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
And then, okay, we had 1, 2, 3. Dude, this thing has dropped a shot on us. Because this should be my 5th shot. This should not be for birdie. This should be for par. I'll take the birdie, but that was not a legitimate
You can see
birdie,
why this
man.
player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line.
Frank, you know what's amazing about this hole? You could flush your shot. I mean, hit it perfectly right on the sweet spot, and you could still make 7 here.
That's the problem sometimes. If you're a little juiced up, you go half a club long, especially when there's a bounce in the green. Before you know it, the ball's over the back. When the green's soft, you spin it too much, now you're in the water in the front. Hazard.
Maybe wet. You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. Just 5 feet left. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Now the approach shot here to 18, just one last good swing, Frank.
There's a little false front here that you have to avoid, so something that pitches over that right bunker that lands a good 10 or so yards on this green is certainly the desired goal.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt. Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
Damn, we went up 3 freaking levels. Nice. Okay, so the long game, the spin, strength is up. All right. Okay, before we start this, I am going to go let some of the old coffee out and get some more coffee. I will be back in just a minute here. Give me a couple minutes. Alright, that's much better. Let me get some more coffee here and we'll be ready to roll. Started.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. It's the second round of the Web.com Tour Championship, fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. We saw a lot of great golf on day number one, but as we inch closer, Frank, with those 50 PGA Tour cards up for grabs, that pressure begins to ratchet up.
It would have to, Rich, with that golden ticket come the end of this week, and that's a chance to play on the PGA Tour. But for the time being, let's look at the way they're playing right now. We are seeing some players play at the top of their game.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Stepping up to the first tee and off a surprisingly good first round. Let's see if our featured player can conjure up some of that magic here in round two.
What was Jesse doing?
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, you want to get out of the gates quickly, hit the proper approach shot here at the first. What does the player need to look out for?
Well, there's two distinct levels to this green. There's that left side and then that collection area to the right side. Flag on the top, it's a very, very difficult shot because that bunker plumb comes into play.
Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close.
Frank going for two in a row now.
Great start.
Second hole, it's a par 5.
You'd think birdie or eagle off this tee, and we've seen a lot during the Players' Championship, but once again, you have to move that tee shot right to left, but be careful of those pines.
Yeah, it would be good. I know. Hell,
Second
on the
from an
PlayStation 1, it
excellent
took me a
line.
long time to get a hole-in-one. I did finally eventually get one, though, and luckily I was streaming when I did it. But
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of the fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
ooh, yeah,
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Shouldn't be a problem here.
not that I'm super worried about it, because I don't think anybody's catching up to me here. But
Just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Nudge this one home. Finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of the screen, and that bunker too. You don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
okay. Yes.
In the hole for birdie. Hole number 4 here at Tpc Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
I think we should hopefully be all right here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That would be a great look at birdie. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be a very, very low round today.
Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, a little left or right.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. 180 yards away, ready to play the second shot.
Yeah, he's totally got the, I believe that's an Australian accent, but I'm not 100% sure.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
There's so much to like about that golf swing. Balance, tempo, rhythm, has it all.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Right on, Devil Dog. Take care, buddy. Oh, go in. Yeah!
Oh, what an incredible shot.
Hell yeah, baby.
Frank, what do you think of the 6th? Pretty short par 4.
It is, but you
But
kind
yeah,
of that
Devil
sort of
Dog, take care,
corridor,
brother.
and fairway opens up and then it narrows
Good
up.
seeing
bunkers
y'all.
to be
Probably
around.
playing some Far Cry
Very,
5
very
later this
few people
afternoon
hit
or
driver
whatever
here.
too. So hopefully we'll see you there.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of the screen, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there.
She has a birdie opportunity right here.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
And what a day it's been. God, it'd be
TPC
nice if I could
Sawgrass,
really
the
play
fabled
golf like this,
stadium
wouldn't it?
course designed by the legendary Pete Dye, Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to the screen. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up.
Yeah,
so
man.
don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball
Nice,
is
Devil,
swallowed
nice.
up. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Not good. I guess we're gonna have to hopefully settle for par on this bad boy.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. The shot wasn't that
We
hard,
might be
but
getting our,
it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact.
Looks like we might be
Frank, you
getting
always
to
talk
our
about it not
first bogey.
compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Damn, dude.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
That is not a green in
Needs
regulation.
a pair of
you dork.
binoculars to see the hole.
Oh my God. Okay. So minus 12 is 21. Yeah, looks like a double bogey.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
Whatever. Get over it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
We're still whipping everybody's ass.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2. But you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Okay.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now the third shot here at the 9th, Frank.
Another very narrow green, not that dissimilar to the first hole. There's a high portion on the left and a low portion on the right.
This one always seems to roll back just a touch. We'll put it right up on it.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So a tester from 4 feet. Count that. That's a birdie. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, where's the difficulty on this approach here at the 10th?
It's really the shape of this green. That little front piece, you have to be right on the money there. And then, of course, that green starts to open up and then move to the right.
Oh,
If you hit
yeah.
enough shots, every now and again, one's going to
Hell
go in.
yeah.
Crazy, crazy game. All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards,
This would be
Frank.
nice
If
we
there's
could do
one hole at
back-to-back
TPC
eagles, but I don't
Sawgrass
think
where
it's
you
gonna
can
happen.
literally leap out of your shoes, this is it. Second shot.
All right, Frank, the 11th is a reachable. What's the right strategy?
Well, it feels like that green should be about another 30 or 40 yards to the right, Rich. Makes the player aim left, and it's such a narrow green, but it's worth the risk.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
Yeah, good old links, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Nudge this one home, finish it up.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, Tiger certainly had his adventures here at 14.
Well, we'll never forget that. Spun it left. In the end, was very, very lucky to get away with 6. Had it been 7, Garcia might have just caught him at the post, but he will, and we will, never forget 14.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in fairway.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
That will be a great look at birdie.
Should have caught that little lip and rolled on down there.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Shot actually, though, so. I'll take it.
So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at Tpc Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green. Ah, nice.
Looks good.
Jumping up and down about. Well, you didn't hit the fairway.
Getting set now for the approach at the 15th.
Yeah, good looking second shot here, but you've got to be precise. Hardly a flat spot on this green. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Settles in over the putt. Beautifully done. That's a birdie. You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second from an excellent lie. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. He's 11 feet away. Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle, and the lead widens. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
Moving a little bit to the right. Had the club face open just a bit at impact, and that one moves considerably to the right of the flagstick. This is a cross-country special.
All right. Well, I don't like I said, we don't necessarily have to care, but let's get this.
That's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
I did. I kind of did think I had that one.
Good putt. Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water that's to the left of 18 here that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this in this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
Set up in the fairway, 200 yards from here. Good looking shot right here. Very happy with that shot. Only about 9 feet from the hole. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
I think that was another 4 levels. A little bit of attributes going up there. Okay. Well, let's get on with it.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the third round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. So we're into the weekend, Frank, and just remind people what's at stake here.
Top 50 players are going to go forward and play the big tour, the PGA Tour, the chance to play in major championships, the chance to become a star of the future. And right now, Rich, there's just 36 holes separating them between now and their dream.
And let's go down to the first.
Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bank. And what will today have to offer?
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
She's ended up on the fairway, and it's such a good line. So many more options available now.
Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first. What's the right way to attack?
The much easier flag is down that right side because you can run that ball with the slope to that low side. Tough flag on the left.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
On the green. No chance for birdie here on the first hole.
Probably work with it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And a great start.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Third shot coming up at this par 5. Still a good chance to make birdie.
Yeah, just make sure you have the right number and the right club.
This straight.
Pure strike. Good result.
Right, and that is close.
From about 8 feet.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie birdie to open.
Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play, but there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Yeah.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
This will be a birdie if it drops.
in the hole and a birdie. Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass, 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, the approach here to the 4th is fraught with peril, isn't it?
3 distinct levels here. There's that sort of small piece in the front right. There's that left side of the green and that top tier on the right. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
I literally thought that was going to just skirt around the edge there.
Right in the heart.
Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple 2-shot. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here.
Frank, as we watch the Web.com Tour Finals, anyone in particular you think could be a breakout star? Someone like a Keegan Bradley who jumped right out onto the PGA Tour and won the PGA Championship in his first ever start in a major.
Well, this player that I'm looking at right now, yes, and I mean you out there. Look at that. A prodigy since the age of 2. A lot of people in the golf world have just been waiting for you to finally get to this point. And, well, time for me to watch, time for you to play.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 6th. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Count that. That's a birdie.
Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line.
Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pot bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
This one's looking good. And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Good putt. Tpc Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, this is all about plotting your way around. Now the third shot at the 9th.
Yeah, there's a reward for a precise short iron shot in here. If the pin's on the right or the left, precision pays off.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
How did that not go in?
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Yeah, I should have hit that just a touch harder.
This would give her the par.
Whatever.
Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Yep. They're looking good.
All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at Tpc Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle. Second shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, the scoring club is in hand now. Chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, coming from that left side, you've got a full view of this green. And you can see the mounds too. Use the mounds to your advantage.
There's so much to like about that golf swing. Balance, and tempo, rhythm, has it all. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Do that in the hole. Tremendous shot.
Whatever.
Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Seems to like it. Handled for the fat part of the green. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Right, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Getting set now over the putt. And that one drops for a birdie. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with the bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
That is classy.
Well, a chance of going in.
Just a couple of feet. Stroke that with authority. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you ever want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute, seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pot bunkers out on the right that if your first time around, you might notice.
Down, little Sheba, down. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
I didn't really want that to get up on the green from that far away, so now I can at least chip shot it.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Franco, the Web.com Tour, you're not playing in the big cities under the bright lights the way they do on the PGA Tour, but you are playing 72 holes, and you do need to go low, not unlike the PGA Tour, if you want to be successful.
On the outside, it might look like the bare bones of professional golf, but you play for less money. You know, you're driving yourself around, you're paying your own expenses. This is how you find, really, how much you've got. Are you prepared for the long haul? And then whatever you learn over that period of time on the web.com, you realize, are you tough enough? Are you strong enough? Because all of those skills that develop are what will serve you in great stead on the PGA Tour.
It toughens a player up. We've seen it with guys like Matt Kuchar, with Tom Lehman. Lehman won a major championship. With Zach Johnson, another major champion. These are all guys who had to grind it out on the Web.com Tour before graduating to the PGA Tour. This is a good-looking shot. Superb shot.
Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
For her birdie. Beautifully done. That's a birdie. Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water that's to the left of 18 here that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
Frank, really challenging second shot here at the home hole, the 18th.
You have to be decisive going in here. You can see all the trouble in front of you. Water left, that mounding on the right. Neither place really is good to go. So somehow you've got to muster up your best shot.
That far off. I mean, I
par
hit it
4,
just a
still
touch
not
to the
on
right.
the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot.
Whatever.
Maybe get away here with par. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Stop.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's no snack, though.
Come on, we got to at least get this par, man. Whew, okay.
Continues to putt beautifully. And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
Big game in the putting stroke and the short putting. Nice. All right, here we go, final round.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. It is the final round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the last stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and what a huge day it is, Frank.
One round will determine whether they graduate from the Web.com or back again here next year. The chance of graduation, though, the richest. Play with the greats of the game, all on play today.
First hole here at Tpc Sawgrass, 423-yard par 4. Nice way for players to get started, Frank. Not too demanding, but still, it requires that you put the golf ball off the tee in the right place.
That's correct, Rich. There is a little bit of water down the right, but that's only really for the grandmothers in the field. Anybody else, drive it down the left, 3-wood, even a 2-on if you're a longer hitter, and then a good chance to start with an opening birdie. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Frank, what's the best way to get at this first hole?
Ideally, you want to go with a short iron. Makes it easier to keep the ball on the right level. This looks like it's going to find the target.
What a display shot making this has been, Frank.
Nice! Approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Could really use this one.
Nice!
For birdie.
And a great start.
Second hole here at Sawgrass, 532-yard par 5. Frank, considered one of the easier holes on the golf course, is that right?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it miles down there. Anything that turns a little to the player's left certainly helps. There are some trees down the left side. Just want to avoid those. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
That's a good shot, right where you want to be, in the fairway here at number 2. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Just misses.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par. You know, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Setting up for the third hole here at Tpc Sawgrass. Relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
We're going to kind of need to backspin the hell out of this if we get it straight.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That's a beautiful shot. That sets him up for a really easy putt. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Hole number 4 here at Tpc Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, this approach shot here at the fourth is not a long one, but it could end up disastrous.
It can. You have to be very aware of where these mounds are on this green.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
That will be a great look at birdie.
Oh, baby.
This from 7 feet. Good putt. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple 2-shotter.
In the fairway, down there about 290.
Second shot.
Bastard.
This is not hitting in
Hit
the
somebody
right
in the
direction.
head.
Well, looks like it's going to be in the
Oh,
rough.
damn it. Totally bounced it off his head. Yes.
It's got 5 minutes to find it.
Totally bounced it off that dude's head.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Now that's some funny ass shit. Ah!
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Man.
That was too fast.
I just
should've
pushed
slowed
it.
down a little
That
bit.
hurts.
Damn it.
Just a little tap
looks
in
like
here.
We're getting a bogey. -50.
Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Hole number
Oh, I'm
6, I
pretty
really
sure
like
we
this
can
hole, Frank.
afford
It's fun
20
par 4.
bogeys.
Yeah,
dude,
very
seriously.
claustrophobic tee shot, hitting through that
I
chute
could bogey
to the
every
fairway. It
damn
starts to
hole
open
for
up
the
and then
rest
it
of
sort
this
of
round
shrinks
and
in
still
again
win this.
because of all the palm trees around this green. But very short par 4. So if you're good with a wedge, good chance for 3. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Shouldn't be a problem here. Mark that as a birdie on the card.
Well, there's our bogey back.
Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for 2 reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right, that makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, you know, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole is for birdie. Eight-foot putt here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Tpc Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
I didn't actually think I was going to get that.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
Oh, cool, cool. Right on, Dart.
Now the third shot here at the 9th, Frank.
Another very narrow green, not that dissimilar to the first hole. There's a high portion on the left and a low portion on the right.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side. But Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now at the 10th. And again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right. So that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
I think I should have bounced that far ahead, but okay. Should still be able to hook up with
These
the birdie,
putts
I
keep
think.
the round together. Great shot to get the birdie. All right, hole number 11 here at the Tpc Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at Tpc Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. 17 for most professionals, Frank, is a wedge or at most a 9-iron. That's a simple shot. What makes it so difficult?
Well, several things. The fact that the color of the hazard is yellow, which is a water hazard, so if you know your rules, then if that ball lands on the green and pitches in the lake, you have to go to a drop zone. You don't get to just drop it on a piece of land. And so even for the best players in the world, there's intimidation and there's embarrassment at stake.
You know what I love about 17? It is really simple. Wet or dry, and on Sunday afternoon late, win or lose. Well, that's how it's done. The approach shot is within 10 feet, and another good look. Settles in over the putt. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Yes, hello. How you doing?
For the par.
Back to playing some golf, only this time on the Xbox.
Not a
so I'm
problem
starting
from there.
over.
Right in the middle.
I'm totally blaming you for that one too, by the
Down
way.
to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short
you
hole,
came in and
Frank.
distracted
Yeah,
me.
Pete Dye
All
often
your
doesn't
fault.
get enough credit for his
Totally.
short par fours. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
But how is everything with the
Beautiful swing,
GSS?
and the result is every bit as good.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
This drive down the left side, Frank.
Yeah, it creates a blind second shot because of the mounds in front. So a little bit of guesstimation coming up here, but still
Again, like
only
I
a
said, it
short
was your
iron.
fault. You totally came in and distracted me. You know you kind of have that effect on me.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That was
And well, we are
putt.
playing with an
It's almost a
entirely new
guarantee
character
there after
too,
that
though.
shot.
I created a Drea Burrito character, so I'm not like level 100 with this one, you know, I'm totally starting all over again. So she doesn't have like all the stats that the other one had. I gotta build all that stuff back up again.
And that's a birdie. Frank, so much focus on the back nine here at the stadium course at Tpc Sawgrass on the 17th hole with the island green. I think 13 gets lost sometimes, but the pros know this is a really good hole.
Oh, it can be disastrous too. That's, I think, what you're referring to, Rich. There's a big ridge in the middle of the screen that bisects the top side with
What's
the bottom
up,
side on the
Long?
left. So
How you
even when the
doing?
flag's on
Hello,
the left,
and
you don't have
welcome.
to go directly at it, because that normally causes the problem with the wooden bulkheads down the left side and obviously the water left of that. So something on the ridge can often run down towards the left. But we have seen the odd hole-in-one here over the years.
Frank, how about that?
I can believe
Bus!
that too. I mean,
Hello!
could hit the flag and bounce away
Welcome to
instead,
you
straight
guys.
in. Amazing shot.
All
And
trickling
really
in
deserves
here
it.
real late. It's good to see you guys though.
And through the years, Frank, it has gotten the best of the best, hasn't it?
We've seen Tiger Woods hit it left. We've seen Vijay Singh hit it left. We've seen so many players in the water down the left. Conversely, many a championship's been lost by hitting the ball up in the mounds on the right.
You take 4 here and run to 15.
I would sprint.
She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
That will be a great look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, I didn't expect that.
I should have hit that with a full swing. I should have went with a full swing on that one, damn it.
For par.
Where are you up to, Wong?
He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18,
Oh, wow.
15
Cool.
requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute. Seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of
Okey
weird
doke,
and wonderful
yes.
waves on it. Well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's 2 little pop bunkers out on the right that, well, if you're first time around, you might notice.
Might be able to salvage this. Yes, get off the green, get off the green. There we
That's
go.
an absolute
that's
beauty.
good. Oh yeah, definitely Wong, definitely Wong.
Third
That
shot.
sounds pretty
Looking
cool
for a
though,
good
man.
one.
I'd love to go to Hong Kong, man. I'd love to go anywhere over there. Oh!
Solid play, heart of the green.
Damn, we could have had the birdie out of that still. That would have been nice.
Just a couple of feet. And that's in for a par. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Now the second shot here at this par 5.
He needs some sort of miracle putt.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long.
Seriously, super long one. Up 9 inches, which puts us at 86. Take a crack at this. I'll be freaked out if I make this, dude. That would be super sweet if I do. I don't think I'm going to, but. Oh, we technically could have.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
That's all right, though. I'll take it.
Getting set now over the putt.
Comfortably
Yeah,
knocks it
well,
in.
that would kind of suck, I guess, man. Going away to another country and getting.
Well, Frank, as the old British
lame.
announcers used to say, it's a watery grave. But every year, quite a few golf balls are actually rescued and brought back to life.
Well, if we think of the championship, back in 2007, 93 of the best in the world found the lake. The recreational player, in a year, 100,000 golf balls are dredged out.
That's good business.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. So the dominant performance continues.
We're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Now one of the more difficult holes in golf, the 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water that's to the left of 18 here, that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this in this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
Frank, you found dry land, that's the good news, but now you have this second shot, which is very daunting.
Yeah, once again, you're looking at water on the left side, so the tendency is to miss it on the right. But that's a very, very difficult up and down. This is another second shot. You just got to brave it.
Appears to be tracking well.
Oh!
That is classic.
Well, I'm pretty sure we should be able to birdie this bad boy.
To win the Web.com Tour Championship.
Alrighty. Well, so after all that, I guess we got
Just
the
an
negative
amazing
60.
display.
That's
The
pretty
records
good.
continue to fall. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right
Suppose I
there.
can't
Yeah, and he
complain
should
too
be proud
hard.
of himself too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high quality field.
Oh, I, of course, think it
That
should have
is
been
something
better,
that you
but-
will remember for a long, long time.
But I guess in one tournament we went from level 1 to level 15, so yeah. I'd say we probably did pretty good. Well, we got the consistency, recovery, long putting, mid putting. All right, right on, Wong. Yeah, and enjoy your trip, bro. Definitely. Like I said, I'll be streaming some Far Cry 5 later or whatever. If you swing by there, that'd be cool. But if not, I know you're going to be busy with your packing and all that. But if not, yeah, you have a good trip, man. Be safe. And now, see, this is one thing I sort of missed from the Tiger Woods games, because apparently now it says I'll be wearing EA Sports stuff or whatever. I kind of wish, like in the sponsorship from EA Sports, so I don't think that's a factor here, but yeah, so a career builder challenge, eh? Alright, so why is it saying new? Oh, okay, because we got these, I guess. Alright, so right here. I don't think I'm going to change that. I don't think I'm going to change anything there. Huh. Yeah, we'll go to 9.5, I guess. Yeah, okay, we got everything. I guess, yeah, I'll just get the 3 wood. just go ahead and replace all the hybrids. Wires. Replace all the irons. Wedges. Now let's replace all the wedges. And butters. Almost. Okay, so I kind of like the yellow. Go with the yellow. Kind of shafts we got here. And let me know when you get back, Jess, if you get back, I reckon. Huh, so I guess the pitching wedge is considered an iron. Yeah, let's just keep it black, I guess. We'll go with the... Okay, so I think that's all the new equipment stuff. Now let's go to in the bag. That's not necessarily what I wanted to do. Now, what I want to do, though, okay, 600. So we want to change the club. Okay, so it was the 6 iron. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with any of this. Let's go ahead and check out some clothes. Not a whole lot to be choosing from here. That blue. I guess we'll go with the black. See what kind of pants we got here. Looking a little bit better. See what kind of hats we got here. Well, you can actually, if you find any suit of power armor, you can replace the parts on it. Like, it doesn't matter if you find a suit of power armor, you can take the pieces that are off it, and put other pieces on it. Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, so we've got some new stuff. Oh, well, you got the XO1 power armor. You should pretty much just keep that. That's pretty much a lot better power armor. unless you just like the look of the T51 better. But yeah, the X01 is probably the top of the line power armor. But I know it costs a lot of caps, but Arturo in Diamond City, he sells a power armor frame. I don't know for sure. There's like tons of places you can go find the free power armor though, and just use it if you want to. But I mean, if you have like a ton of caps or whatever, you could totally just buy a power armor frame from Arturo. Alright, well, I suppose let me go to the bathroom and get some more coffee, and we'll at least play one more round, I guess, here. Give me a minute here, I'll be back. Alright, yeah, let me feed the cat too before he goes ape shit over here. Drives me nuts. Yeah, I know, I'm getting it. Alright, there. There you go. All right. All right, well, let's go ahead and do at least one more round here. Hopefully Jess S makes it back. This is La Quinta. In Kentucky, and that's not really far from here. I think that Valhalla place is only like, it'd probably only be like a couple hours, 2 hours for me to drive down there.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Okay, so far, looks like we are going for -6.
And let's go down to the first. Getting ready to get the tournament started. Frank, first tee jitters?
Oh, everybody gets them. That's the beauty of it. If you don't, you shouldn't be playing this game. Just try and think nice and slow. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. All right, Frank, break down this approach shot here at hole number 1.
Well, typical Pete Dye confuses you straight out of the gate. Draw off the tee, and then you've got to hit that second shot in left to right. Look at the angle of that green. It points away to the right.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
Oh, shit. Which hopefully we can do.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Bit of luck there.
Frank, is a player thinking birdie here on this approach shot at the second hole?
Anything with a scoring club here, as long as you can get the distance right and get into the right section, is very much a birdie hole.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
This one looks right on point.
Oh, yes, it does, baby, right there.
Suddenly, sort of from out of nowhere, Frank, name is on the leaderboard.
Yeah, when you think sort of struggling just for a paycheck, those dollar signs are starting to add up.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
But, yeah.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
See if we can just over there. Stop. Yes.
What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Just a sensational eagle right there and into second place.
Into first place, Thor.
What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
Hopefully we get a good roll off this. I'm just gonna let it go. Go.
Birdie try
Could've
up
used
next.
a touch more. But it's all right.
She has a birdie opportunity right here.
All right, so what are we looking at? 27 feet level. Pretty much just a matter of getting it aimed right.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady.
Yeah.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, you just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now we're a featured golfer setting up for another approach. Really neat to get something going here, Frank.
And that green right now must look like the size of a thimble.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Like a machine out there. Another green in regulation. Good birdie right there and good score. How about 8 under for the tournament? Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Second from an excellent lie. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Third shot, looking for a good one. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed.
See if we can pull this off. I will take it.
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
Well played before.
Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards. That water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, break down this second shot here at the 9th hole.
The second shot's a little bit like the tee shot. We know that the biggest trouble is on the right with the water, but there's also a bunker between water and green. So Pete Dye's enticing you to try and play the correct shot, which is one that just moves a little left to right towards the flag. And there is a little bit of relief. If you just miss it a touch, you're in the sand, not the water.
So a tester from 4 feet. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we are back at PGA West, getting set to continue the action on the back 9. Beautiful hole here. Rock border that lines the water here at number 10. It's 416 yards.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left, there's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind this green. So second shot, judging the distance, imperative here.
Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for holy cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par.
I've got a 5 here.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
All right, well, we're just going to have to kind of hope for the best on this one. You could very well still birdie it, though. See what happens. No.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Oh! Oh!
Good shot right there.
Almost salvaged that. We literally did almost salvage
Standing over this
that into a
putt,
birdie.
concentrating on the read.
Take the par.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards.
There's something about a well-hit shot. Oh, it's fine.
Well, she's firing on all cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. Frank, another good scoring opportunity here at the par 4 12th.
Yeah, just have to focus on where that flag is in relation to these little ridges and the mounds on this green. It's called moat because it's protected all by that wall of sand down that left side. That's not really in play for this shot. If you're smart, use one of those little ridges. They can kick it towards the flag.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Now teeing off here at the par 3 13th. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Well, Frank, kind of a make or break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Good looking shot right here.
Dude, no.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
I did not read that green.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
No, it's not a problem, but it does suck that I didn't get it.
As this one for par.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards.
Oh, I liked that.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. Frank, what are you thinking on this second shot here at 15?
Well, if mentally you could take out all that bunker complex on the left, this second shot would look extremely straightforward. And that's really the way you've got to play it. You've got to act like those bunkers aren't there on that left side. And therefore you can go straight at this flag.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot.
These putts keep the round together. Continues to amaze.
We're
Yet
actually
another
freezing through
birdie,
this damn round.
and what a day it's been. Now the par
Howell
5
the third.
16th dog
That
leg,
first and
and
Howell
it's
the
at
third,
600
Billy
yards, so a
Gonzalez, or
little
what?
bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, and that's a big hit to get past that, then all of a sudden, shortest point between two places is a straight line. You've really reduced this hole into something closer to 570 yards.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, and whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there in 2000. It was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. And I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt, hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel a twist as I have ever seen in golf.
Let's see if we can backspin this bad boy.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Maybe. Let's see
Getting
if
set
it's
now over the putt.
birdie or not.
That one drops for a birdie. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Frank, this will be from 200 yards, second shot.
Damn glad I looked at that instead of just shooting it. Let's go with that. I should get a good little roll off this hybrid, hopefully.
Birdie try up next. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet.
Well, no, I would really like to nestle it down on into the hole, but all right, I would settle for a couple of feet, I guess.
That's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Just a couple of feet.
Well, I
14
take it
under on the
Jess
deck.
hasn't made it back yet then, right?
So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
We're up to level 18. And if it's only 310 XP till the next level, might be able to get up to level 20. If we go ahead and go one more round. Question is, I guess, do we have one more round in us? Yeah, let's do that. Actually, that round actually went pretty damn quick. I suppose if we do it that quick again, I might as well go ahead and do one more. Then we'll be halfway through this tournament from when we start again.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Jimmy Walker. So it's Charles Howell the third.
Opening tee shot here at PGA West. Nice way to begin the round.
Gilligan's Island and somebody
with
from
a
Good
split
Times.
fairway and Frank, a narrow landing area.
It is narrow indeed, Rich. This hole will certainly keep you honest, not just because of the length of the hole, 450 yards, just generally moves to the left. There's a bunker down the right side that starts at about 285 yards, so you've got to be aware of that. Even the long hitters, they don't really want to hit it too far past that, just set it up there on that nice little plateau. From there on in, you can see what's in front.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That would be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Shouldn't be a problem. I think shouldn't being the key word here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's three distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank going for 2 in a row now. You'll love them. The birdies. That's another one. Moving to the third hole to par 4 again. This one 471 yards.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today. Surely not.
That is classy.
They have a chance of going in.
So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card.
solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Ah!
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
God!
Incredible approach
I
shot
was
there.
that
The
close
easiest
to a
of birdies
hole in
coming up.
one.
Clean this up with a tap.
Like literally that close to a hole in one. Damn it, look, it's even 0 feet. It's not even feet. It's, oh, so damn close.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie.
Damn, that one hurt.
Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The 5th hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second from an excellent lie.
Good roll here.
Has it?
Maybe wet.
Not close, but not bad either. That one's about 25 feet away. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
31. Looks like it's kind of straight. Let's see what happens.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Just missing by them damn
See if she can put a birdie on the
millimeters.
card here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 6th?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favor, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, doesn't sound as daunting.
Man, yeah, I really wanted that eagle. Hey, Grinch, how the hell are you doing? God, another face we haven't seen in a long time. Stop. Shit, I should actually match from that bad boy.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's no snack, though.
A second here. Yeah, I had some internet trouble there for a little while, so I wasn't able to stream for a little while, but I won't say I kind of got it worked out, but it's gotten a bit better, so. Oh, geez, I totally thought I was going to throw it in there.
Just has the feel today.
Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Well, Frank, no doubt the player's thinking about one thing, making a three, hitting a good shot in there close.
Yeah, the green does narrow up a little bit in that back left corner, but a good layup gives you a chance to go directly at the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
I didn't know about right there, man. Whoa.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
All right, well, I guess you get to
the
see
tee shot has
sandbox
landed
then,
in the bunker.
Yeah.
Missed the fairway in the fairway
Work on
bunker
some
now.
recovery.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Let's work on getting it back on the fairway. Shouldn't be like buried or anything. Oh,
Now,
man,
this is
what the
not heading
hell?
in the right direction.
No, it looks
Come
like it's
on,
going to be in
girl.
the rough.
What
He's
the
a
hell
little
are you
overambitious.
Now, my yardage book says 145 yards to the hole. Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest
Well,
of
we're
the
back
round
on the
plays
fairway.
out.
Might go deep here in the red numbers. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards.
Get in,
So
get
tough
in,
up
get
and
in.
down.
Oh, that would
What
have
an
been
outstanding shot that
so
was.
nice.
Got the right result, too. It's just
That would have been super tight. All right, I'll
She
take
needs
par,
this
man.
for
I
her
will
par.
definitely take par after those two shitty-ass shots. I'll definitely take par. Whew.
Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 9th, 452
Dude,
yards.
yeah, it was,
I hear
honestly, man.
Players like you often say,
And literally, I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to take
I'm
it
guessing
on.
you were kind
What
of
do you
working
mean
on
by
that
that? How
one,
does it
dude. I
apply
was
to
like
this
literally a
particular tee shot?
millimeter or two
Well,
off
you
from
have
that hole
options,
in
obviously.
one.
One is to hit it down that
Oh,
right side,
my
which is your
God.
best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 9th. Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact.
Commit this, bastard. Hey,
It is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
There's a nice straight one.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer.
Right? No
Great
doubt.
athletes,
Dude.
great teams,
And it is,
pushing
it's like
one
I said,
another
it's so
to great
freaking
heights.
random sometimes.
It's amazing
what
how that's
they
gone
say.
forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5 was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. You know, Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to celebrate
all of a
over.
sudden.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Getting set now
We
over the
should
putt.
end up with a decent amount of recovery points, though, I guess. Let's see if we can salvage this for par. Oh. Oh.
Good read, good line, well played.
Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed appropriately Eternity, 617 yards.
Oh, that had some meat behind it.
308 on a 606 hole.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
That's great. That's what we wanted.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11th?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie.
Another birdie.
These putts keep the round together.
You like that one again?
Man,
I just pushed it.
that hurts.
Is right. Man is right.
This would give her the par. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, it requires a better shot.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th.
Come on, buddy.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Settles in over the putt. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Now teeing off here at the par 3 13th. 200 yards to the flagstick. Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there.
All right. Looking some birdies.
Good putt. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, you know, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
She is making it look easy. Another excellent approach shot. For her birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that took the 300-yard mark.
The approach here at 15.
Should be safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 5 16th is a slight dogleg left at 600 yards. Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway?
Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Let's see if we can get a little bit of a roll going on here.
Just an incredible shot. That is a
That
very
really rolled
makeable
the
putt
water.
after a great approach. Well played. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I
guarantee you, though,
she
thought she had that one.
Swing. If I could have got that straight, I would have probably had that bad boy. What?
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par.
17 and 18.
Well, there it is. They call it Alcatraz. just sitting out there on the water, 168 yards away, Frank.
Well, speaking of water, that water looks so peaceful, doesn't it? It'd be a shame to spoil it with a splash.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Stroked that with authority.
Wow, that just sounded dirty, didn't it?
One great hole after
Broke that
another
with
here at
authority.
PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Always want that last drive of the day to be a good one, and they've done it. That is excellent. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Yeah, looks like we could totally finish out with a birdie here at least. That's more or less what we want to do. Okie dokie.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
A long ways to go in this tournament. I'll go to 20. Oh, God, we're so fucking close to going up to 21. All right, let me put the courses here. So, yeah. Oh, there you are. I'm kind of glad you finally made it back there. But anyway, what are you up to, Jess? Are you doing anything, like, important? Are you anywhere you can, like, get on your PlayStation and send me a party invite here in a minute? Because there was something I wanted to talk to you about. So, yep, that's 2 rounds in. I guess a tournament and a half. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, all right, well, maybe I can turn my PlayStation on then and send you an invite or whatever. But, so yeah, because like I said, there was, just something I wanted to talk to you about. See if you might be interested in. I don't know, man. So far, it looks like we're probably still best off with the power, I reckon. So I guess we'll basically just leave it there where that is at. But okay, cool. So yeah, I do believe that is roughly enough for today. Like I said, I don't know. I'll probably be playing some Far Cry 5 later or whatever. But yeah, I definitely will see about getting back on this though, because I do. This is something I could probably maybe do on most days, because like I said, I work days now, so I get off at you know, around 5 o'clock in the evening my time. So, you know, maybe I could like do a couple rounds a night or something at least or whatever. See if I can kind of get this going on again, because I really would like to kind of grind, get these levels up there. Yes, I am sure I want to exit. But yeah, so like I said, man, you know, definitely we'll see if we can't get back into doing this on a regular basis at least. But in any event, like I said, I suppose that's enough for today with this so far. I'll be playing Far Cry 5 later. But anyway, I do, in fact, want to definitely thank everybody who's watched today. Anybody that watches in the future, feel free to leave a like. And if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And I reckon, for right now, this is Jimbo19, and I am out. Let's see what that profile